Tell me, in your own words, what is Promised Land really about?
Well, we really, in talking about it, we wanted to make a movie about American identity. We wanted to make a movie about where we are right now, where we've come from, and where we're headed. And in talking about it, then we started researching natural gas, and that was the perfect issue because it's dividing communities all over the place, and people feel really strongly about it on both sides, and it's a great way to examine the choices we make and why we make them and what kind of country we want to be, it's the stakes are very high.
And you guys did a really good job at showcasing both sides. How important was it for you guys to, when writing this film, to really make sure you covered the different sides of natural gas drilling?
Well, no, that was a big part of it, and we didn't want to give any answers either. We wanted to just start a conversation because it's ultimately not about that. I mean, the character makes a stand at the end really for civic engagement and for people participating and taking responsibility for these types of decisions. But in order to do that in a fair way, you want to give the arguments for each side, so people can kind of get some context.
And you wore a lot of hats on this project, and once again, you're working with someone who you wrote with. How was it? How was the collaboration with John?
Great. I mean, it brought back a lot of memories because it was so similar to working with Ben Affleck. I think because we're all actors, we have the same kind of technique of improvising stuff and playing all the different characters, and we have very similar senses of humor and kind of similar outlooks. So we just didn't spend much time disagreeing about stuff. If a line rang one of us as it rang kind of falsely to one of us, it would ring falsely to the other, and if we felt like something was good, we tended to think the same things were good. So that made things go a lot quicker.
And you had a great rapport with him, but the relationship and the characters with Frances, she was unbelievable.
She's great.
What was it like having her in most of the scenes with you in the film?
It was great. She was the first actor we went to back when I was going to direct the movie. So it was a year before we even shot, and we gave her the very first draft that we'd shown anybody, and she signed up for it, which was a big deal for us. So it was also great just on a practical side because we knew we were writing for her, we knew we were writing for John and me, and so we had 3 of our main characters cast, and
Right.
That makes the writing a lot easier.
And then you had Gus brought on to direct. What was it about working with him on past projects that you knew he was the perfect director for this film?
Well, the only other things I've written, he's directed, and he's just brilliant. He's great, and he's also someone who can elevate what you write. Make it better than you, and make it better than it is. And I mean, we were really lucky to get him. I'm excited that after 15 years, the guy still wants to work with me.
That's always a good sign.
That's always a good sign.
And then my last question, just to wrap it up, what do you really want the audience to leave the theater with about this movie? Is it about the decisions that these people face on a day-to-day basis? Is it about the natural gas drilling?
It's about all of it, and hopefully it's a conversation starter,
Right.
more than anything.